Hello, this is Catherine Carrigan. I'm going to teach you today how to stretch your hamstrings. Now, many of you may have already been stretching your hamstrings even for years. I'm going to teach you how to stretch your hamstrings specifically if you have hip problems. Now, one of the things that we know is that the position of your feet controls the position of your hips. So if I turn my foot even slightly out, that's going to rotate the hip bone in my socket. So I'm going to teach you how to stretch your hamstrings in a very specific way so that you anchor those hip bones in the socket correctly. So I'm going to take my yoga strap and I'm going to come down to the ground. Now I'm going to be using a wall, and that's going to help with alignment. I'm going to get my feet about hip width apart, my knees are bent, and then I'm going to just push my feet into the wall and come here. Now I'm keeping my left foot on the wall in order to ground it so that I'm keeping my legs like railroad tracks to set that bone in the socket. I'm going to take my yoga strap, I'm going to put it on the ball of the foot. Now I'm going to lower the leg until the knee is all the way straight and then pull it in, and I'm going to hold it here for 60 seconds. Now, several details. By having the strap on the ball of my foot, I'm translating that pressure down evenly into my pelvis. By keeping my left foot straight up on the wall, I'm anchoring that hip bone in the socket. I'm pressing the back of my leg strongly down into the floor. Now, for those of you who are especially flexible, you're going to draw from your right kneecap towards the hip. So by contracting my quadricep, I'm going to accelerate the stretch in the hamstrings. And of course, I'm going to breathe, inhaling and exhaling. Got about 10 more seconds here. And you're going to stretch for 60 seconds on each side. Okay, and I'm going to release. Now to start over, I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to put my feet hip width apart. I'm going to drive into the wall. That actually feels pretty good. I'm going to make sure my right foot is straight up, and now I'm going to put the strap on the ball of that left foot. And again, I'm going to lower that leg until the knee is completely straight and then pull in. Now, why is that so critical? Your hamstrings attach below the knee. So if you bend the knee at all, you're cheating yourself. A lot of times you can even heal knee problems by stretching your hamstrings correctly. So again, I'm pulling evenly on the two sides of the foot. I'm pressing the back of the right leg strongly down. And for those of you who are super flexible, by contracting that left quadriceps and drawing from that left kneecap toward the hip, you're going to get more stretch in the hamstrings. And I'm breathing. I got about 15 more seconds here. Now, the reason you want to hold the stretch at least 60 seconds is the hamstrings are more like a tendon than a muscle. So it takes time to release your hamstrings. Inhale and exhale, and that's it. That's how you stretch your hamstrings.